Hi, I'm Keith Goodman. Welcome to InvestComics. You're watching FIC.
Hi, I'm Shaun from Famous Faces.
I'm Sebastian from InvestComics.com.
And I'm Mark from Usually Behind the Camera. And if you're watching this, it's already too late. These two are already buffering into your computer.
In the buff.
Mm-hmm. So,
No pants down here.
No, none.
No pants.
Nothing.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
Mark's leaving.
It's all sweaty. But yeah, I'm departing. This is going to be my last episode that I film. So after this, you will be in the rather large hands of Dave.
The guy who does the video games.
Yeah, so he's going to be
better on that side of the camera.
Yeah. So. Anyway, you guys have fun.
I'm sad already.
I'm staying for Thanksgiving.
And on with it.
What are we doing? Oh, right.
We're about to sing "The Show Must Go On" by Queen.
Oh, I have that on my iPod. Nightwing number 3.
Nightwing! Woo!
It's so good. Kyle Higgins, just keep writing Nightwing forever. Go back and rewrite the original Nightwing book.
I don't even care about the other
It's
51
good.
anymore, DC. I just want to sit there and read. I
Everything
want to trade
in
to
the
this already.
Batverse. It's just
It's good.
Eddie
It's so
Barrow's
good.
art. I'm not too happy that Batgirl's in the next one because I don't like Batgirl. But yeah, Dick Grayson. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yep. And at least Dick Grayson is the only person in the DC universe who has sex off panel.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Thank you, Dick.
Thank you, Kyle Higgins, for writing it that way.
Thank you, Kyle Higgins, for knowing sex can be implied still, DC.
Best book in the DC relaunch. I love this book.
So good. Batman. Woo! Also so good. Woo! Batverse. I'm gonna have to trade in all. I got millions of shirts and Superman S's. I got my Superman watch. I'm gonna have to start getting Bat stuff because I'm not liking much of the S books right now. But the Bat books, this is good.
This is great.
This, what is it? The
best part, or the last
consortium of owls. What are they called? Something of owls.
Something.
The Congress of owls.
You're close to it. But the end finally puts Bruce's detective skills to work, and he figures out what's going on with the Council.
Yeah.
Council of Owls.
Council of Owls.
There we go.
Yeah,
Whatever.
sure.
No big deal.
Somewhere to see of owls.
It's a great book. Great Willow's art.
The LLC of owls.
There you go.
But this book is so good. The storyline is so good. The art is so good. It's, let's just say, so good.
The only problem I have with this book, and it's minor, is when it's Bruce and I forget who the guy is running.
That other guy that looks like a taller Bruce.
Yeah, they look the same. It's like one guy's in a hospital bed, the other one's not. That's how I can tell them apart.
If this was a movie, like a cheesy movie, we'd reveal that this is the missing Wayne brother no one knew about, and no one would be shocked because he looks like a taller Bruce. Yeah, that is the only. Yeah, that one guy.
Everything else awesome.
Yeah.
Justice League number 3, 2 very different opinions coming from this. I love this book. The last panel with someone who wants to take charge, the whole thing of them fighting the dark side monsters and them coming together, forming a team for the first time. I love everything about this book. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's awesome.
I'm also not saying it's perfect. We agree on that. I find this book to be very mediocre. I think it should be, and I don't know, it's the mediocrity would be, I mean, it's Jeff Johns. I love Jeff Johns. I have Jeff Johns tattooed on my genitalia. It's just that. But he.
That's true. I tried to show him at MegaCon. Didn't go over too well.
It really just looks like Jeff. I'm laughing at him laughing. But I expect more, and especially on this book. And I think what's really getting me is, I keep reading it, and I keep hearing people walk around talking like this is the second coming. Like comic books have been redefined by Justice League, and I keep reading it, going, I don't see it. There's not. It hasn't done a good enough job at. This is the book that DC says, this is the one. We're pulling everybody in with the new 52. Join the DCU. This is the book. If you've never read a comic book in your life, if you haven't read comics in years, if you were trapped in a cave and we're a boy called It, this is the book you can read.
It should just be that. They should have just switched that with Nightwing.
But
read this book.
Yeah, but it doesn't do a good enough job, I think, of... It hasn't introduced anything...
You have to give the ice cream scene credit. That was pretty fun. Wonder Woman and the little girl in ice cream.
I don't know. We also have a different opinion on regular Wonder Woman. I didn't like Wonder Woman in here as much as I like Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman.
Venom number 9. Look at that. Woo! Done with the Spider Island. Moving on to what's going on with Venom finally.
Spider Archipelago.
Yeah. It was really good. It still has a lot of questions, and he finally Venomed out instead of hulked out and just went batshit crazy and did everything. I don't know, Mud Curse, sorry. But just
Venom activate?
No, don't do that.
Activate!
But yeah, it just went crazy.
Oh, that is
let the symbiote take control, and it was awesome. So kudos, Rick Remender, you're still kicking ass on it.
Mudman. With a name like that, I had to check it out, and I've always wanted to read the Jack Staff books, but I never did because
that's what it reminds me.
There's so many of them that I'm too behind on too many other things to jump into that right now. But this was a #1, so I could jump, and it's good. It's a good concept. It's both that classic superhero comic feel with that indie book comic freshness and approach that's not, it's not that cookie cutter, this is how we make a superhero comic. And it's really good, for a guy whose basic power is to be mud. It's awesome. And it's off to a good start. I highly recommend this. Check it out.
Xenoholics #2. This is so good. This is one of the most enjoyable, stupid books I've ever read.
I'll never get. There's a certain image of a chick and a Sasquatch. I will never, or a Yeti, I guess.
There's a page, and I open up right to it because it's the middle page. Good job. They have a Guardian. They have Silver Surfer. They have Hellboy, Ape Sapien. Jared's in here.
They got Adam Warlock. Yeah, there's Pantless Jared, in case anybody ever needed that. They've got.
It's so good. And
Multipass. Lilu.
I feel bad because I don't know Williamson's first name, but I know he tweeted us and made a big deal about us. And that's awesome. It's a great book.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
Joshua Williamson. And,
I'm loving the art.
Seth Damus's art is just awesome, and it really, really works here. He's got that style.
The story's still going. Everything with the city that was going on, that was really cool. So I'm looking forward to the next issue. Good job.
Shattered Heroes Regenesis.
Not looking forward to this.
Avengers Academy. This book was so good. Avengers Academy this month was the best X book in years.
I don't know, X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men is better than that. Was Dupe in it?
Dupe was not in it, but they pulled it off anyway. Magneto and Quicksilver, father-son issues that make Greek mythology cringe.
They're okay.
This story was just really, really good. And it helps make a nice transition, both with, right now with the changes going on in X-Men, the changes going on in the Avengers. It's a really good, you don't have to read anything else to read this, but it's a really good cohesion of the Marvel Universe, because the Marvel Universe hasn't felt like one universe in years.
Marvel, don't let this be the next book that gets canceled. Whatever, I know you're canceling a lot of books, don't let this be the next one. This one's too good.
You, Marvel.
This one's way too good.
It's so good.
Green Lantern Corps 3.
Why do you have to look at the numbers?
I forget numbers.
They're all on 3.
Yeah, Shade's not.
DC Trace.
No, Shade and Hunter's aren't. Anyways, #3, that's our phone.
Is that you?
That'd be awesome. So, Green Lantern Corps #3, John and... Who's that other guy? Guy Gardner are stuck on the planet, really? And it's Ganthet telling the other Lanterns, look, we need to go. We need to take care of business. So it's really cool to see the whole Lantern Corps unite and we're
teleporty lanterns.
Yeah,
who knew?
We're the core. We're going to stick up for each other. We're going to help each other out, and it's a really cool moment.
This book lives up to its title. This issue, it is Green Lantern Corps.
And at the very end, I had a very God, I don't know what's going to happen next moment, and it's not my favorite Green Lantern, but I'm still curious to see what happens because I'm a little scared for it.
I'm scared for a bunch of them.
This is my book too. I forgot their names and I tried to memorize it. Hunter and Zoe. So Morning Glories 14.
14 months in, he's got 3 character names.
Ike, Zoe, and Hunter. There's some other. I don't know his name, but okay. So the games are coming, and Rick says it's like Lost. I don't care. I hate Lost. Oh no. Yeah. So the games are coming. My only problem with this issue was it repeated 2 pages exactly. So I felt a little lazy. But other than that, it was the same good book, and it's still more mysteries, but there's an answer for every mystery. They reveal a new mystery and answer a previous one. So I'm good with that.
You've confused me, Peter David.
Oh, X Factor. We should say the names.
X Factor 227. All right. It's good. I mean, Peter David and X Factor.
Is that a new artist?
Not relatively. That's
Leonard Kirby.
Yeah, he's been on this for a bit, I believe.
Okay.
But
Peter David confuses
It
Sebastian.
might be. Yeah. Well, no. This is a book that should have made me very mad. Based on this is the episode where we find out. They're talking about somebody dies, and if you look at the cover,
Dun, dun, dun.
there's an issue with Wolverine, and then all the cast but one,
Dun, dun, dun.
which we call a little hint in,
Dun, dun,
in the
dun.
solicit world. But for the for future solicits, but this issue they
Is Red
killed.
Hulk in there? Is that what I just saw?
No,
Or is
that's
that
a
preview? Okay.
that's a preview into
I was about to get angry.
But
Oh wow!
no, and I was like, what? But
Wait,
then he wakes up.
Oh, look at
What?
all those.
And I don't know what the
Wait,
heck.
what?
is going on. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. So somebody died, maybe,
I don't know.
and something else is happening. So I don't know if I'm allowed to be really upset yet, because
Give it another month, too, because
why? Butcher, Baker, Candlestickmaker. After the last issue, traumatized Shaun to the point where he cried for weeks.
it was so messed up. Wait, was it that? No, that was the boys.
No, it was well, they all did, but
This one was the one with the.
this
Look at
was
that.
this was the one with the baby.
Yeah.
With the baby. It doesn't have a subtle phone.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
But
Oh, that's a lot of reading all of a sudden.
we find out what led up to that, and we find out exactly how Homelander is responsible for the death of Butcher's wife, and we find it out.
Yes.
we find out that it's so much more personal and horrible than was ever implied. And as much as Butcher is a heartless bastard that's just very hard to be sympathetic with or sympathetic for, this makes you really get it. You understand why he spent the last 10 to 15 years of his life singularly building to this culmination that the boys is going to eventually end with, of them versus the Seven, and more specifically Butcher versus Homelander.
I don't want it to end.
Because holy crap, that Homelander just needs to be taken down in the worst possible way.
Go, Godzilla.
Godzilla Legends. All right, there's a 5-issue run where each issue is going to focus on one of the
Other monsters.
what do they call them? Kaiju. One of the kaiju monsters who haven't really had a lot of solo exposure. And who do you start with first? Who's when you think underrated kaiju? Anguirus. All right, Anguirus is and this
I don't remember
this
that one.
oh, he's the little little roly one. Basically, he just shows up and things hurt him. And this book was so good. It really is. I mean, there's a lot of. They got like 3 Godzilla things going on right now. Oh, one just ended. So they got the one main Godzilla and this. Although this really seems more Godzilla movie verse versus Godzilla
Comic verse.
the comic verse. But it's so good. And what I'm really excited about is the Arthur Adams is doing some of the covers, and they're all going to go together to make one big picture of the monsters.
That's pretty
And I want them to make a poster of that because I want an Arthur Adams Godzilla monster verse.
What's the next monster? Does it say?
Next one is Rodan.
Oh, cool. Wonder Woman #3. We had very different opinions. I got 4 pages in and realized I'm done.
I love this
Don't care
book.
anymore.
Love it.
Done.
Love it.
I flipped
I've
through to
become
see
a
what
Wonder
the
Woman
crab
fan.
battle. There was a crab battle. Sorry.
The crab battle made a point, and it was very good. I really like Wonder Woman. He really does it. Read it. Decide. Make little comments on our thing. Tell us. I like Wonder Woman.
We don't delete your comments.
It's true.
I swear we don't.
I don't even know how. Supergirl, the only S book I'm really liking at the moment.
good.
And
So good.
who did we say writes this? Mike McGreen and Mike Johnson.
Yeah. Johnson.
They seem to be the only guys in the.
I think I made a cameraman joke.
But they seem to be the only writers in the new DCU
They get the Superverse.
who get Superman. He's
my
only in a couple
complaint-
pages of
who's
this, but he's
who's on
Superman.
Muhammad. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Muhammad Asrar.
The art shouldn't look like Superman and Supergirl are the same exact age. I know it makes sense, but it's just that every time I've seen them, they shouldn't be the same age.
I guess
Supergirl should be noticeably younger. So that's just my complaint. Rest of the book, awesome. I like the villain they're establishing.
Young, but I also think part of that costume just makes him look like Superboy Prime. So I think I think it's only half his fault. Yeah, at this point I want Superboy Prime to come punching through realities. But yeah, this is really good. Best Superman in the
Catwoman 3. This was really good. This was my favorite issue of Catwoman. It only takes 3 issues to get to the good part, apparently, for Judd Winnick. I don't know how Red Hood and everything was. I don't care enough. He didn't do Red Hood.
He didn't. He's been doing Batwing, and that's been great.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm used to him doing Red Hood. I can't do Batwing. What's going on?
He's too loud for this.
It's fine. But what we're Catwoman. So at the reveal of the last issue, everything was going on. I was like, oh man, how's it going to happen? Her getting angry is one of the coolest things that's happened in this relaunch. She just gets angry. And
It's
the crap out of people.
And you know, the art in this was it Gilliam March?
Yeah.
A lot happens to Catwoman in this, and it's all right there on her face.
Okay.
You know, the character emotes. You feel what she's feeling. You know exactly what's going on inside that little cat head of hers.
Batman showing up, and that whole scene with them, it was perfect. It's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
Walking Dead 91. It's Walking Dead. There you go. After the last issue, it gets even better. I can't say any review of Walking Dead ever without saying spoilers, so I'm just letting you know it came out this week.
And even the cover, he managed to spoil stuff for me. But I'm okay with that.
You asked me what was going on, and I told you.
I can't believe you fell for that. Amazing Spider-Man is actually... I like this issue. I admit I like the Spider-Man stories better when it's not Humberto Ramos. It's too cartoony for me.
It's too late for me. Can't get back into it.
But this, well... I mean, I'm not saying I'm running out to...
That art is really good.
But yeah, the art in this was really good, and I think, you know, I mean, periodically people always try and do something, what can we do with the Vulture to, you know, make him work again, and, you know, he's like a 90-year-old guy with wings, how do you make that a viable threat? And I think this is one of the better solutions they've come up with. It's kind of a variation on a theme they've done with Vulture before, but and I'm very pissed off,
Karate Chop.
Kingpin, who's very mad to not have spider powers.
Karate Chop.
And the new Hobgoblin's just kind of weird. But yeah, this was pretty good. Bionic Man, this was so good. He finally becomes the Bionic Man. We've had a lot of man. We've seen some Bionics. We haven't seen them come together.
Put them together.
Now we've got a Bionic Man. We've got a cameo appearance by the Bionic Dog. I remember.
There's a Bionic Dog?
Yeah, there was a Bionic Dog in the series.
Crap, that's awesome.
I believe he actually was with the Bionic Woman most of the time in the TV shows. But
that's not right. That's like Our Love Is Real.
You've got a doctor that looks like Wilford Brimley. Turns out all bionics can be made through your oatmeal. And you know, always eat your oatmeal. Always check your blood sugar. And but they've got that whole you get it as they do the surgery to turn him into the Bionic Man. You get that opening secret, that whole, you know, we can rebuild him, you know, bigger, better, faster, more. You get all of that stuff. It really starts to come together. And they even put him in the jumpsuit. And they managed to work in a reference to the sound effect. It's feedback while they're listening in on the electronics to what he's doing. I thought that was clever. That was well done.
I don't have a book for
My Greatest Adventure has 2 great adventures, and 1 why DC.
I'm just gonna give you a heads up.
Mudman.
I'm done.
Mudman, really good. Got Batman in it. Good stuff. Picking up the storyline from before the relaunch in Weird Worlds. The Kevin Maguire Tanga story is so good. At this point, Kevin Maguire actually writes enough with the same pacing and timing from you know, after I guess working with Giffen and DeMatteis long enough as he did, he could write his own JLI the old school way, and it would be perfect. Robot Man, I don't know what they've done to Robot Man. I thought the first one was bad. I thought the second story arc, the second issue of it was, it's just what the hell is the only review I can give.
Avengers 19. Sebastian asked me if I was reading this. I said no. I gave up on Avengers a while ago. Let's give your review. What is this? Go. Give your review on this. That's a different thing. I'm like, why are there gingerbread men in this book?
Oh, yeah. Basically, we get the new lineup. We get some rationale behind the new lineup, and we've got.
I don't know what the gingerbread man get.
It's a Disney Prep and Landing story. Prep and Landing was
Just keep
It's
going.
a Disney thing, and
Just go with Red Hulk.
Marvel
and the
keeps
Avengers.
acting like it was a big popular Disney thing. Red Hulk gets a little shy. Norman Osborn
He's
has
blushing, but you can't tell.
cojones. Green Goblin cojones. I think he drops his pants. They actually look like pumpkin
I was
bombs.
going to say that.
I
They
knew
look like
you were.
pumpkins.
Because, they're smiling at you. And, oh my God, Norman Osborn, holy crap. That's all, holy crap. Birds of Prey.
Nope.
I read the first one.
Nope.
Decided to stay with the second one because I like Jesus Saez's artwork. The third one, I forget what Shaun just said it about with something else, but yeah, the third one is it. I'm officially
Catwoman.
I'm officially add me. Yeah, that's it. I'm officially down. Add me to the list. I like this book. It's really starting to come together for me now, and yeah, I think I'm so. And I love Jesus Saez's artwork. I just love it. Wow, it really is.
I told you I was done. I want to make comments, but
Legion
I'm done.
of Superheroes. Again, this is one of the books where the reboot didn't hit it as hard. They were far enough in the future that they went, oh, the past changed again. Meh, it happens. And
Is Saturn Girl's hair back yet? That's the one thing I needed. Was her short?
Saturn Girl's not in this issue, so I don't know.
Other
I think
issue?
it's got a Chris Browse cover. Chris Browse plus Legion equal me happy. But the interiors, Francis Portela is doing some really gorgeous stuff in here, and still Levitz, right? Yeah, Levitz is writing. It's just really good. Legion right now, I think, is one of my favorite DC books. It's better than Justice League.
Incredible Hulk #2. Wow.
What the hell, Marvel?
I didn't like the first one, so I didn't read the second one. But from what Sebastian told me, I am very happy I read the second one. I want to flip through it now.
I read the second one in kind of like that way where when you get a cut in your mouth and you just keep poking it with your tongue and it hurts and you just keep doing it like, ow, that hurts. And people are like, well, then stop doing it. And there's some concepts in there that just really
Hulk sharks
made me smash stupid Hulk comic. Because Jason Aaron is doing great stuff on Punisher Max. He's doing great stuff on X-Men and Wolverine. And then he's doing this as like a penance. It's a different Jason Aaron. I don't understand. Kirby Genesis, Captain Victory, really good. It had the artwork made me think of it made me think of old of old Legion of Superheroes. It made me think of if the Legion of Superheroes was drawn by maybe young Neil Adams or young Neil Adams, young George Perez. The only difference between this art and those two is it's not as dynamic. There are a lot of poses that fall short, and if they just change the stance here, change a pose there, there's a big explosion scene at the end. It's and see that it's more of a than a that's not that Kirby or How to Draw Comics the Marvel way. I'm coming at you. It's more of a hey, I'm gonna shoot you. It's a little more laid back.
He's nice about it. He tells you, it's like, I'm not shoot you. I don't know.
The art is really good, but this big explosion doesn't have that boom going. It took me a minute to realize what was happening.
Boom.
So it just needs a little more
Attention
dynamism,
to detail.
dynamics, and no, the detail's great. I mean, the art is really good on that level. It just needs more follow through with the punch. The story was really good, and I think this is one of my favorites out of the Kirby Genesis line. I just want a little more, in your face Kirby-ness.
Ghostbusters #3.
So good.
If you're a Ghostbusters fan, just read it. That's the review.
There's
nothing else there.
Even if you're not a Ghostbusters fan, read that.
Yeah.
Artwork, gorgeous. Story, brilliant.
Young Justice. This isn't a relaunch. #10.
It's true. Young Justice #10 is a Superboy I like. This has been a good storyline with Captain Adam. They resolved the storyline while keeping. Looks like we've got some lingering issues and some intrigue going on in Young Justice world. Very good stuff. New Mutants is They just wrapped up their story where they.
That's the next Marvel book that'll be gone.
Don't you do that to me.
I have a feeling it is, dude.
This is good. They're hunted for Blink at the moment, and they're moving into their new
You're
headquarters.
not gonna find out what happens.
I'm one of the people who didn't really care about Age of Apocalypse, so Blink. The only way I know Blink is I liked her in Exiles. This is some good stuff. The artwork in here is really good, much better than the last run. Guy's still not great at Warlock. His Warlock looks
I don't like that.
kind of like a Rasta Gumby,
I think I say that every
which
time.
I guess is interesting. But no, it was the other artist that you really didn't like. This guy we like, because everything else is good.
I don't like his faces. I just don't like him.
You crazies! And that made me kind of laugh. But yes, he looked like Rasta Gumby, which is fun in and of itself. But it's good.
Planet of the Apes. I want to be Sebastian for a second. I haven't read this book, but I'm Sebastian. Read this book. It's Planet of the Apes. Who knew Planet of the Apes could be this good?
Who knew? It really is.
Read this book.
Really good. It's so filled with, you know.
I think I succeeded in that.
It did. I thought you were me for a minute, and
Okay.
I was gonna go pick up Hillary and get wings. But
I want wings.
no, you're me
I've been
now.
awake since 5 in the
You're
morning.
me.
I
You
eat
gotta go
wings.
home and make corn for Bella.
No, I don't want a daughter.
Um,
I don't want kids.
but yeah, the artwork in this is really, really good, and the story is deeper than you would think you would get out of a Planet of the Apes thing.
Here's our graphic novel, because we haven't talked about the issues every time
It's true. This is a graphic novel because we didn't. Now you have no excuses. Look, go pick this up, $15.99, right? $16.
Oh, I saw someone's first kiss. Look at that.
Oh, it's so sweet. Gladstone School for World Conquerors, Volume 1, all right? Mark Andrew Smith and Armand Villiver. Why does everybody have names that we always have to slaughter on this show? The artwork in this, we were just talking about this, the Famous Faces Roundtable last night. We were talking about...
Talk about it every time, too.
It's true. We always do. And somebody else said how these characters, for a book like this, these characters really are some of the most original characters. They're not just, you know, stand-ins or amalgam characters based off of, there's no characters in here that you're like, oh, that's almost Superboy or not quite Spider-Man. You know, these are all original characters that just really work well and really work well together. The artwork in this is gorgeous. Somebody at the round table last night said that it was some of the best artwork in comics right now. It really is just a beautiful book with a great story, a lot of fun.
Pick this book up so Sebastian can stop telling you to read it, because you've already read it.
I'll still tell you, and you'll agree with me.
That's it for this week. Have a good Thanksgiving. And bye, Mark. We love you.
I miss you, Mark. I can't be thankful without Mark. Who's my favorite turkey?